Welcome to Just Curious Media. This is Let's Talk Cobra Kai. I'm Jason Connell.
And I'm Sal Rodriguez.
All right, Sal. We are back with another episode.
Yeah, and this is just news to me. This is as news to me as it was to you, I think, today. Did you just learn about this today?
I just learned about this today.
Okay, brand new for the both of us.
Brand new for the both of us. And this is the title of this episode, by the way. Cobra Kai creators get obliterated. You thought it was inebriated. I was like, what's he talking about?
Hang on, it's an honest mistake once we learn more.
That's true. That's true. I'm sure the creators have been inebriated before. I don't know if that's news, but this is news. It really is. And there's a few things to talk about. And I figured, why not share news? We're a bit of a downtime. The show is going to be, slow rolling because we're still on this writer strike, which is shocking. I did not see it lasting this long, but yet here we are.
And also, Jason, the SAG-AFTRA strike is still happening too, right?
Yeah, a lot of strikes.
Yeah, not a great time.
I'm glad you didn't go on strike, Sal, at the podcast.
I'm SAG eligible. I'm non-union officially. I mean, I should kind of be out there to show support.
Yeah.
But, no one...
no, but I mean podcasting. Like, you're on strike from Just Curious Media.
Yeah, you'll see me. I'll be demanding more.
I would have an AI you so fast make your head spin.
I know.
AI Sal's pretty cool. He can record any time of the day.
He's slimmer. He's younger.
Well, I didn't say any of that. All right, so let's jump into this. So what do we mean by obliterated? Well, here's what we mean. Cobra Kai, I'll give you some backstory here. Cobra Kai, the uber-successful TV sequel to The Karate Kid film franchise, is wrapping up its sixth and, sad to say, final season.
Yep.
And its creators, Josh Heald, Jon Hurwitz, and Hayden Schlossberg, have a new show ready to hit Netflix, Sal. And what is the name of that show?
Obliterated.
There it is.
Jason, this was so out of left field today. It really was. I was like, what? I did a double take. I was like, what?
Me too. Now let's give a quick definition of the word obliterated. Destroy, utterly, wipe out. Okay, I get it. Yeah, it's a bit over the top. And this is a show? Well, this is something we have not talked about, Sal. And that is the fact that these guys who rebooted this franchise, that have done an incredible job, 5 seasons in, 6 coming, might want to do something different. That's something we didn't talk about. Not to say that someone else couldn't come along and take the reins for spinoffs, but it doesn't necessarily have to be these guys. These guys could be executive producers and not be all in on the next thing because they've been in this universe for years now. So I get it, but we never even talked about this. But it's happening.
No, you know why, Jason? Because I always think of Tom from MySpace, the creator of MySpace. Tom, he was your first friend. He was everybody's first friend.
Yeah.
Tom, like whatever happened to Tom? Tom sold MySpace and just is like traveling the world, having a great time. I don't think he's doing nothing. He's not doing nothing with social media. He's not creating new websites. He's just out there living his life. So I always, in the back of my head, imagine people that are successful at something like the trifecta of Heald, Hurwitz, and Schlossberg. Yeah. Well, we struck it rich with Cobra Kai. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go back to my vineyard over here. I'll be on my yacht.
Yeah.
No, these guys keep on going. Most people do not go the route of Tom and just go sail off into the sunset. Most people keep going, keep producing, keep creating.
Oh, there you go. And that's what they're doing. And it's not like they didn't make movies before, because they did. Hot Tub Time Machine comes to mind. These guys, I think they did the Harold and Kumars, or at least the first one. I'm sure they were involved in all of them. I have not researched them in a while. But yeah, they have other things they want to do. They have other interests. And this seems like a fun project. I don't know a lot about it, but here's the synopsis for those who don't know. An elite special forces team tracking a deadly terrorist network hell-bent on blowing up Las Vegas. So it's obviously not taking itself too seriously, Sal. A little over the top.
Well, I'm reminded of I think it was Zombieland. Was that recent movie with Batista?
Zombieland.
Yeah, where they were like there was a certain area of Vegas they had to break into, and the zombies were all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Team America, MacGruber, something farcical and slapsticky like Hot Shots. Yeah, it's over the top. They're having fun.
Oh, you know what else? Now that you mentioned those ones, of course, then Reno 9/11 as well.
Well, yeah, I don't watch that, but yeah, that fits right into this. Absolutely. So anxious to see. So I didn't know a lot of the cast, but I started looking them up like, oh, yeah, they're in this, that, and the other. One stood out.
Oh, I
but I'll
know.
let you do the hit list of
I'm
the
not gonna
cast.
say.
Just a few that we pulled here. Go
Okay,
ahead.
after I read the cast, I'm going to tell you who
know.
I think.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know. When I read it, I'm like, oh, come on. Jason, he loves this guy. There I go. I gave it away. Cast, Shelley Hennig, Nick Zano, C. Thomas Howell.
Woo! Oh, sorry.
I
Does
knew
that give it away?
I gave it away. Kimmy Rutledge, Paula Lazaro, Terrence Terrell, Allison Gorsk, and Eugene Kim. That's the comedian, Dr. Eugene Kim, right?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Dr. Kim. I thought it was. Jason, one thing I got confused about why I said inebriated was because wasn't there something about our cast of characters are actually drunk?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I have some photos here. There are some first look photos, and you can get a sense of the show. There's no trailer, but let me show you that. But no, I could get how it's playful that way. I think some of the articles I was reading is like, hey, these superheroes can get drunk. And that's kind of the take. These people are
it's not that they're
taking themselves
constantly
too seriously.
drunk on the show.
No, but they can have hangovers. These heroes can have hangovers, I think was the tag. So here's a couple first look photos. You don't want to point anybody out, but just get a sense of the show. Here we go. Well, that's the poster. So tell us what we see, Sal. Can you even see that?
I'm going to blow you up.
It's a fatigue. Okay. A Netflix series. There it is. And it's like a military jacket. That's really it. So not much to see there.
Yeah, I can't
but
see
it
it.
does have the
My
launch
interface
date.
is messing up.
The launch date for this show is November 30th on Netflix. So it's coming fast. A few months.
So wait a second, Jason, hang on a second. When we talk about where we are in space-time right now, with the strikes happening, the writer strike, the actor strike, and now we're promised a show in November.
Well, they must have been done writing and shooting when the strike happened. So, they were probably in post.
Hang on. How could they keep this show so top secret that we would not hear about it until after it's already shot?
Well, so this is a question for the threesome. I don't know.
If they could keep that under wraps, I got to hand it to them.
Exactly. That means Hilary Swank will be in season 6.
At this point,
Cobra Kai.
When it comes to these guys, our showrunners of Let's Talk Cobra Kai, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, huh? But then I go, it's these guys. Of course.
Give us Daryl Vidal.
What do they do? What do these guys do better than anybody but flip the script?
Flip the script. Give me Daryl Vidal. Give me Freddie Fernandez. Give me anybody else from the Karate Kid. Give me more Lucille. Give me Ali.
Give me more Tex. Give me more Tex.
Take some of that. I want some of this. Give me more original Cobra Kais. Just give it to me all. Just go. Oh, you know what? How about a guy we've not talked about in a long time? What about one Pat E. Johnson?
Wow.
Legends.
Nice. Wait, is he alive?
The legends.
Is he alive?
Pretty sure he's alive. You trying to kill Pat E. Johnson?
No. I just want to make sure because I want to keep hope alive. Is what I
think you killed a friend one time on an episode of our show.
No.
You're like, hey, wait, he's not dead. I'm sorry.
I want to make certain. I do want to. Make certain.
All right. So here are some photos. First look photos. We just go real fast through these. So that's your squad. I guess this is the elite squad that can have hangovers. And look at this shirt, by the way. It's one of the characters. It says, Sal, this is what stays in Vegas, and there's an arrow pointing down.
Oh, my God.
So that's the tone of this show. It's Hot Tub Time Machine meets an elite squad.
Yeah, and I'm thinking back to Harold and Kumar, which is incredibly silly.
And, over the top.
Over the top. Has those moments where you find yourself kind of jaw open. Like, huh? What?
Am I laughing at this? Yeah, exactly. Next. Oh, so by the way, that's kind of like a boardroom you see in these movies, and them all talking. Not much going on here. Just you're starting to see some of the people.
Yeah.
Next image is the same guys of the crew, just different stances. If you want to describe any of this, but it's really not much. I would just say go online. I just wanted to pull them if we could pull any talking points out of. But they're just kind of looking at each other. You're really just getting a sense of them. Like, okay, this is our elite squad. What are they like? No one takes himself too seriously. It's probably a lot like Reno 911. You're absolutely right there. But bigger explosions. These guys have a track record now. And they're at that point, Sal, where they've had a lot of success, and they have an idea, and it's going to get greenlit. And if they have another success, look out, these guys could be touching lots of things, like Blumhouse. Like these things that start to really they got all the answers. These guys are greenlighting lots of things. So Netflix loves them, and this is like a passion project. Just my take.
No, it's one of those things where if you're in the wake of something successful, then the powers that be grant you carte blanche.
Yes.
After that, and as long as you keep strike gold again, then you just you become like Spielberg, like M. Night Shyamalan. By the way, M. Night Shyamalan I think is still trying to strike gold after Sixth Sense, as far as I'm concerned.
But he had a few. He didn't just have a one-off. I thought Signs was great. The Village. All right, here's the third photo. That's a little more risque. Oh. So you have one of our cast members here in a bikini, but there's something on the bikini. Hang on. Yeah. I think there's something on the bikini. Let me look. Oh, it's her name, Molly. So she's got a bikini on her little tag, or name tags on there. So she's probably undercover or something. I don't know what's going on here. But the show is just, it's going to be fun. It's going to be over the top.
Jason, I would have liked to have seen one actor from Cobra Kai. At least one. Well, I don't need 2, 3. I don't need 4. One crossover.
If you can't have that, give me one C. Thomas Howell.
There he is.
Love C. Thomas Howell.
Oh, of course. How's he looking these days? I haven't seen him in a while.
He's popped up in some things, but he looks different. He's got the beard. He's got the gray hair. But he goes back to E.T. as a kid on the BMX bikes. Of course, he was in, what was that? Red Dawn? Wolverines! He was in Side Out. He was in Soul Man. He was in The Hitcher. He was in Secret Admirer. I loved C. Thomas Howell. And let's not forget The Outsiders.
Of course.
My gosh. Stay gold, Pony Boy. Amazing, amazing actor. So happy that he's on here. I'm sure they're fanboys of his. And to get him on there, they got Macchio and they got Howell. They're going after The Outsiders, dude. Look out Estevez and look out, rest in peace, Swayze. You got Rob Lowe you can go get. You can get Cruz while you're at it. You get Diane Lane, Matt Dillon. Yep. Come on now. Let's reboot them all. Let's get crazy.
You could totally reboot Outsiders right now. I think you could.
Yeah, there's a property for sure. So there they are. So it's two of our cast pulling, a screaming, a hollering C. Thomas Howell out of a building. I don't know what's going on. There's no context here. In fact, they should have done a trailer, because the photos are hard when you have no context for a show. It's like, what am I looking at? So this is about as bizarre as the concept itself. And then the last one looks like something out of Lost or even The Walking Dead. It's like there's another guy. He's got a wife beater on and a machine gun or some sort of automatic rifle, and they're all just looking not shocked.
It is like a Walking Dead scene. It is.
Yeah, this is Walking Dead adjacent. So I don't know, man. That's it. Obliterated. These guys, our Cobra Kai creators, are getting obliterated, and they did. They have a greenlit show. It's set to launch on Netflix November 30th. And Sal, I'm assuming all episodes drop. That is the MO for Netflix. Yep. And we'll see if it's any good. In fact, it doesn't even have to be as popular. It doesn't have to be as popular as Cobra Kai. As long as it does okay, they'll probably do another season, and they'll have another show. And hopefully they'll also be creators of one of our spinoffs. And I'd love to have them work on the Miyagi spinoff because we know it's coming. I mean, it's obvious. But
Yeah.
I'd love for their hands to be there or running it, or I don't know. Maybe they just had to exercise something different and have some fun over here with some new concepts. But there you go, man. It's happening.
No, it's one of these things where they are a trio. They operate as a trio. But how do you operate as a trio? Would you say, okay, well, would you say, Josh, you go handle the Obliterated?
Yep.
And then you would say, Hayden, you go handle the Miyagi prequel. It's like you
or
can
maybe
split up.
They just work in
delegate.
tandem, though. Maybe they like what they do. I don't know. I don't know their working conditions. We've never talked to them. I would love to have them on the show and learn more about their process.
Yeah. How do they do it? How do you handle a trio, let alone a duo? How do you handle a trio? That's a lot of minds at work.
That sure is. I should look them up and see if they have anything else in development. But they have one of the biggest shows out there, and this is what happens. Success breeds opportunity.
I'm very happy, and of course we also have recently seen Xolo Maridueña as Blue Beetle. So I'm very happy to see the cast and creators go on to other things, secure work. I mean, it's as basic as securing work, which is what everybody needs. So that's great, and I should hope that happens and everyone secures work on cast and crew of Cobra Kai after season 6.
I totally agree. So that's all I got, Sal. Just sharing new data as it drops, new information as it comes out. We're still on a strike. We're still going to come back, however, as Let's Talk Cobra Kai and bring you things such as on locations, new news, going back in time on the franchise and revisiting old All Valleys. Hell, making things up. Who knows? Or maybe we'll get some more cast members or crew members on. This is an interesting time, but we will keep making content.
Jason, you mentioned All Valley. I really enjoyed being out there in front of the All Valley mural out there in Encino.
Yes.
And then you made me aware of the other Cobra Kai mural out there near Culver City in Palms, I think it was.
Yep.
And so I had a look at that mural online on Google Street View.
Yep.
That building has 2 murals.
Okay.
There's 2 Cobra Kai murals on that very building.
Oh, I think I read that a long time ago. Yeah, like a first season or second season or something.
Jason, I got to get out there. I got to get out there.
Right now.
I absolutely do. I'm going to get out there very soon.
Okay.
And
so another on-location episode.
Absolutely.
It'll be a double feature.
Absolutely. I got to get out there. Especially when I saw 2, I was like, what? Why haven't I been there? I need
there
to
you
get out
go.
there.
That's on our hit list and on location for sure. So thank you so much for listening, and please be sure to subscribe to the Let's Talk Cobra Kai podcast and the Let's Talk Cobra Kai YouTube live channel. You can also really help us by giving the show a 5-star rating on Apple Podcast.
And for all you listeners that enjoy sharing your thoughts, you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, send us a direct message, or post a comment on any Let's Talk Cobra Kai social media platform.
We also highly recommend checking out our other podcast and visiting justcuriousmedia.com.
No mercy.